Get ready for your wallets to empty because the most magical runs are coming back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name's Lindsay, aka SwishWilly, and I talk about all things Disney. So if you're into that sort of thing, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So there's been a lot of news happening in the world of Disney right now, but today we're going to talk about an extra special thing that's coming back, and that is the RunDisney Races. Now, they haven't officially completely left as most of their runs went virtual. However, we're welcoming back in-person runs now, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before you sign up. So Disney announced 4 different run events that are going to be occurring in the 2021-2022 season. Now, the RunDisney events are actually coming back a little bit sooner than I anticipated, starting with the run coming November. That would be your classic Wine and Dine half marathon weekend. And in January, everybody's favorite Walt Disney World Marathon weekend is coming up. Following that, we have the Disney Princess half marathon weekend that happens in February. Come April, we usually anticipated the Star Wars half marathon weekend occurring. However, it doesn't look like that one's coming back, and it does look like they're starting a brand new series called the Springtime Surprise. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Now let's talk about what we can expect for the Wine and Dine half marathon weekend, at least with all the information that we've currently been supplied with. Of course, we're gonna have a little bit more information about the Wine and Dine as that one's coming up a little bit sooner, but make sure you stay tuned because as more information comes out, I'll be making more videos on that. Now let's talk about a little bit of a backstory as to why I'm really excited about the RunDisney weekends coming back. I started my RunDisney experience back in 2014 with the Tower of Terror 10 miler. That run is unfortunately debunked now, and I'm pretty disappointed because I've loved that run, but it's been quite a few years since it's come back, so I'm kind of over it now. I then decided to do the 10K and the half marathon for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend back in 2016. Then I got a little bit crazy and signed up for the Dopey Challenge for the 2018 marathon weekend. That was my very first time running a marathon, and that's where I got a little crazy, where I decided to do the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the full, all in the same weekend. But hey, I lived to tell the tale. So now let's get into everything you can expect coming up for the Wine and Dine half marathon weekend. Now this half marathon weekend is going to be occurring from November 4th to November 7th. Historically, the theming of this half marathon weekend was essentially the Food and Wine Festival. However, they're bringing in a new twist, and it's actually called Wickedly Delicious. It is pulling in the Food and Wine Festival, of course, because the word delicious, but they're also bringing in Disney villains. This one's fun because it is occurring in the first weekend of November. It's right after Halloween, so people might still be in that vibe for a little bit of villain. Now let's talk about your registration dates. This is very, very important because these runs tend to sell out very, very quickly. So getting there on the very first day of registration is highly recommended. And I'm really anticipating these upcoming events to be extra popular because they all went virtual last year. If you're part of the Club RunDisney Gold or Platinum memberships, you actually have advanced registration. Your registration is going to be July 6th starting at 10 a.m. The general registration for the in-person event is going to be occurring on July 13th. Again, 10 a.m. Now, alongside the in-person run events, all of the run weekends are also providing the virtual runs. So a lot of people who might not be comfortable with heading down to the Walt Disney World Resort for these in-person runs can still participate. And your virtual run registration starts at July 16th, again, at 10 a.m. In case you didn't know this, RunDisney events are not cheap. So I'm gonna break down the cost for each run for you. You do early bird registration, which is essentially the day it opens until August 8th. You're gonna get a little bit of a cheaper cost. Now the early bird registration is gonna be $95 for the 5K. If you start registering August 9th or after, you're gonna be looking at $105. The early bird 10K registration is sitting at $135, and after August 9th, it's gonna go up to $145. Early bird registration for the half marathon is sitting at $215. After August 9th, you're going to be looking at $225. The 2-course challenge, which is the half marathon and the 10K, is sitting at $360. And after August 9th, it's going to be $370. This half marathon weekend has a post-party event. It is a separate ticket, and that's sitting at $89. It doesn't say if there's going to be an after August 9th price like the races, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be sitting at $89 across the board until it sells out. The post-party is basically meaning the park is going to be open after hours, so runners and runners' families alike can enjoy the Food and Wine Festival when the park's closed. It also sounds like attractions and live entertainment will be available. Now, registration for this weekend closes as of October 30th. So now let's talk about the pricing for the virtual runs. Yes, These are also still pretty expensive considering you're not going down to Disney World. However, you do get some really cool things along with it. For each race and race challenge, you will be getting a finisher medal. You'll also be getting a participant shirt, digital bib and finisher certificate, digital race toolkit with printable mile markers, which I think is pretty cool, a virtual goodie bag, and a virtual playlist. So it looks like the virtual runs are sitting at 1 fee and 1 fee only, which means there's no early bird special for this one. Your 5K is sitting at $79, your 10K is sitting at $99, your half marathon is $118, and your 2-course challenge is sitting at a hefty $252. Now each run has a particular character associated with it. 5K looks to be themed with the Evil Queen, the 10K looks to be Nightmare Before Christmas themed, the half marathon looks like it's Yzma from Emperor's New Groove, and the 2-course challenge is Ursula. Now all your race fees are subject to a 6.6% platform service fee. This is essentially the fee they have for signing up electronically. And unfortunately, there's no other way to register, so anticipate that 6.6% being added onto your cost. Now, the post party does not say on the website that it's also subject to the 6.6%, so that might just sit at $89 even. Now, let's move to January for the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. Now, this is one of my favorite race weekends. I'm a huge fan of it, and I wholeheartedly intend to be there. This race weekend commences on January 5th and runs through January 9th. And it is no surprise that the theming for this weekend is going to be the 50th anniversary, so I can anticipate the medals having that iridescent feel. Now let's talk about the registration dates. For the Club RunDisney Gold and Platinum members, you can start signing up on July 20th at 10 a.m. The general registration for the in-person race is going to be starting on July 27th at 10 a.m. And the general registration for the virtual runs is going to be on July 30th. Again, at 10 a.m. Now it's time to break down the cost. As of right now, Disney hasn't announced the prices for early bird versus later registration. So if there's only one cost right now, I'm going to anticipate that this is the early bird pricing. So make sure you're checking back on the RunDisney website often because this will change as they get more information. Let's go with the in-person runs. K is sitting at $95. Your 10K is sitting at $135. Your half marathon is sitting at $195. Your full marathon is also $195. The Goofy Challenge, which is the half marathon and the full marathon, which is what I intend to sign up for this year, is sitting at a hefty $390. And the Dopey Challenge, which is all 4 races, the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, and the full marathon, is sitting at a whopping $600. This isn't much more than what I paid for the race back in 2018. However, RunDisney Races do tend to get a little bit more expensive each year. Now let's talk about the virtual price. Your 5K is going to be $79. Your 10K is $99. Your half marathon's $118. Your full marathon is $2 more, sitting at $120. Your Goofy Challenge is $275. And your Dopey Challenge is $480. They haven't announced exactly what is included in the virtual fee. However, I think it's going to be fairly similar to what you're anticipating for the Wine and Dine. There's also been no announcement for a post party for these races. Now let's just run along over to February, shall we? The Disney Princess Half Marathon is going to be running from February 24th to February 27th. So in previous years, the theming for this run was princesses, which it still is. However, it usually was the classic princesses. Granted, they would throw in a random one here and there, as I believe one year Merida was featured, which is pretty cool. This year, it looks like there is only one classic Disney princess, that's Cinderella, and they've brought in Mulan, Moana, and Tiana, which is very, very cool because it looks like they're kind of going more the self-serving and self-rescuing princesses. Now, when can you register? Club RunDisney Gold and Platinum members can start registering on August 17th. General registration for the in-person races starts on August 24th, and the general registration for the virtual runs is going to be starting on August 27th. Now, I've never ran a Disney Princess Half Marathon, so I'm not sure if this is a new event. However, it's a pretty cool event. You can sign up for the Disney Princess Sunrise Yoga. That event is sitting at $95. This is going to be occurring on February 24th, the day before the races kick off. What is Sunrise Yoga? Basically, you get to do yoga really early in the morning, right in front of Cinderella's castle in the Magic Kingdom. Now let's talk about other pricing. Your 5K is sitting at $95. Your 10K is sitting at $135. Your half marathon is $210. The Fairy Tale Challenge, which is the 10K and the half marathon, is sitting at $355. Again, so far, Disney hasn't announced the early bird pricing versus the later registration, so I'm going to safely assume that the prices I just mentioned to you will be the early bird pricing. Now, what are the costs for the virtual races? The 5K is sitting at $75, your 10K is $89, your half marathon is $108, and your fairy tale challenge is $232. And as well, for this race weekend, there is no post-party announcement. However, that can change, so again, keep checking the Run Disney website. Now let's talk about the race that we don't have all that much information on. This is the Run Disney Springtime Surprise Weekend. This is called the Springtime Surprise Weekend as every single year it is going to be themed differently. As I mentioned earlier, this race is taking the place of the Star Wars half marathon weekend. As it says the Springtime Surprise, it doesn't mean that Star Wars will never be featured again, so you might not be at a complete loss. Now, as the races change, this could mean that the distances change, which means there could also be different challenges. There's definitely going to be more information to come, and as that is released, I will definitely be making a video on that, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel, hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss that video, and also stay tuned to the Run Disney website. My actual personal hope for this is that the first one is going to be Pixar themed. And I actually think it'd be pretty cool if every year it was a different Pixar theme. Toy Story is absolutely one of my favorite movies, so I really hope this happens. I also kind of hope that they make a Disney afternoon one, so you have a Darkwing Duck run, you have a Goof Troop run, you have Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, and of course my personal favorite, Gummy Bear. Please note that that's just what I'm hoping for. I have no inside information. I have no idea what the Springtime Surprise is. And again, as I mentioned, stay tuned for a video for when that announcement happens. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering about kids races. They haven't announced specific kids races that are happening for each run weekend. However, they did change the name. They used to just be called the Kids Races, but now they're called the Run Disney Kids Adventures. And like I said, we don't have a lot of information, but make sure you stay tuned to my channel because as soon as we do, I'll definitely be making a video to inform you about everything you need to know about the kids races. And that's all I have for you for Run Disney. Please remember that all of these pricing are in US dollars and all races are subject to a 6.6% service fee. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it clarified a little bit of information you wanted for Run Disney. I hope you're super excited. Please comment down below and let me know about any races that you're hoping to run, what you're intending to run, or what your hopes are maybe for the Springtime Surprise races. Friendly reminder, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and have an awesome day!